Well, 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 well. What do we have here?
Like you?
Well, sure.
We have a broken truck.
Oh, and who do we have here?
Coulter.
Who?
Coulter.
Huh. Need a haircut, I think. Anyways, let's make this a one complete video plus two separate videos plus intros and extras and these and that's. So let's do an overall intro, and how are you gonna kick that one off?
So, welcome back.
Where are we back to?
To Yoder, Wyoming.
Oh geez, come on now. Is that the YouTuber?
What?
What's the YouTube?
Oh, welcome back to Getting Dirty Off-Road. And Yoder,
There
Wyoming.
you go, in the middle of little old Yoder. So, for this overall action, what are we doing today, into tomorrow, and maybe the next day?
So, we're putting 4 injectors in. It's already got 2 new ones in it. It's not running right, so I just went ahead and got 4 more. We're doing an oil change, filter change, and a tire swap.
And then in the old tire swap action, when you were getting prepared for me to bring you tires, what else do we have to do?
I noticed that my back rotor is worn all the way through.
Okay, so what is this and how is it?
What are we looking at?
Oh my goodness, what are you putting injectors in, for crying out loud?
This is my 2004 5.9 Cummins, and it's a money pig is what it is.
And it's got excessive amounts of miles, not crazy, but a lot.
250,000.
Okay, and so now this video here, let's get you guys set up where you can come over here. I'm gonna do some tire things which nobody cares about, but I'll get you up here so that the man with the plan can teach you how it goes, Stan.
Okay.
Alrighty, move your valve cover out of there so that we can see some.
Hand me that cap.
Alrighty, so yeah, and okay. So we have no idea what we're doing here. We're gonna do it anyway. So you explain what you're doing, whether it's right or wrong. Let us be enlightened by your infinite wisdoms as you go through this. Come on, remember to talk to the peoples.
Okay, so what I've already done is taken the valve cover off. I've already taken the number 1 injector out. I just put the new one in. It's pretty simple. You just take the valve covers off, you take the fuel line off, and then there's a nut on the end of the fuel line that it screws into, and you got to take that nut off and then pop the feeder tube out, which I don't have my one here, but I'll show you guys in a minute. And then you just take a pry bar or screwdriver on the inside of the ejector, and you just kind of pop it out. It'll pop right out. And you just go backwards on replacing them. So I've already got the new one in. I've already got the hold down bracket bolts tight. So now I gotta put the nut. This is what the nut to hold the feed tube looks like. So I just gotta put that back on.
You want me to help you out?
I got it.
You got it figured out? Alright, you get in there and you let us know when you're finished. Come on now, get in there and make the truck work.
So mostly all the bolts and nuts in this are either 10mm or 8mm. I took my intake horn off because you have to get the fuel line. So the nut to get the intake horn off is a 12mm. These nuts to hold the feed tubes in are 15/16. That's the one that I found that fits best. So I'm gonna snug it up. And I'm not sure how reliable it is, but I looked it up on Google for the torque spec and it says 44 pounds. So there we go. One more. Okay, that's tight. So now we put the fuel line back on. These do only go in a certain way, so don't mess them up.
Where's your impact?
It's by my TV. Socket size is 7/8, and that's in my driver's seat. And then for these fuel lines, they don't need to be super tight, but they have to be tight enough to seal, because you're running about 23,000 pounds of pressure through it. But if you go too...
Hundreds?
What?
Thousands or hundreds?
Thousands.
23,000?
I think so, that's what it says.
2,300?
I'm pretty sure it's 23,000.
I don't know.
What's that say?
I don't know, it's in German.
German parts, you can't beat that. Normal at idle is about 7,500 PSI. Full throttle is around 24,000 PSI.
Really?
Yep.
Well, thanks for educating on me. You know I don't know.
But yeah, you do have to be careful not to go too tight or else you'll spin this and then it won't seal. So you'll be leaking fuel out of it. So now I'm going to give these another bump. Make sure they're in there tight.
Where's your batteries?
I got one. Dot right here. Alright, now that we're done with the injector installation, we gotta...
Sorry, I didn't mean to walk on your educational program.
He's using an impact for tires right now.
Hey. Just one more second, okay? Can you give me 1 second over here?
Yeah.
Just one.
Alright, 1 second.
Okay.
I think that was more than 1 second.
Continue.
So now you gotta put your rocker back on, which I'm not going to set it yet because I'm gonna do a full valve lash on it. But it's pretty simple. You just take the bolt out of the center, make sure your bridge gets put in there correctly. Go ahead and tighten her down. Again, I'm not adjusting the gap on it yet because I'm going to do all of them. So you have to be careful with these, not making them super tight because you will break that stud off. These are just the wires that go in the top of the injector. But you can break that stud off, so be very careful with those. Now I already have new injectors in cylinders 2 and 3. So now I'm going to go skip ahead and go to 4. I'm gonna try to get this out of the way though. Okay, after some prying, finally got it off. This black box right here is just a crank case breather, and mine leaks, so.
Why's the old guy over here on his knees?
You wanna be up here on your knees?
No, my back hurts.
Mine does too. All I was doing there was just getting wires out of my way. So now we just go through the whole thing again.
Gonna make some noise! Okay.
What'd you think of the rotors on the front?
This side looks okay. I mean, seen it was there.
One thing I did forget to tell you guys about These fuel lines do have a bracket on them that you have to take off. I think it's easier just to take it off the block instead of mess with the little blue pieces and try to fight to get them back together. Alright, welcome back. We had a slight mishap with the battery and the camera, and I was gonna break this loose so you guys didn't watch me punch this brake reservoir. My dad said it'd make a good video, so we'll try to get it loose now. Well, got it loose without punching it.
I heard you grunting you didn't make no bleeders.
Nope, no
Dang
bleeders.
it.
Alright, number 4 fuel line is out. This is what I was talking about the bracket. I just take the bolt out of the block and don't have to mess with getting it clamped around there again. Well, that kind of sucks. I guess we're gonna have to go with a wrench on this one. I'll be right back. Alright, decided to skip the wrench and go to a shorter socket. Got our nut off. Just set that to the side right there. Get the old feed tube popped out. That's what feed tubes on them look like. Let's set this over here to the side. Got the exhaust rocker off. And the bridge to go between the valves. I know I'm getting oil all over, but at this point, I don't really care that much.
How's it going over there?
Oh, it's going.
Super.
What are you doing?
Just watching you work for once.
Is he walking over? What? Yeah. Alright, now the bolts and nuts are loose, so now we'll see if we can get her to pop out for us. And of course it wants to be stubborn. Ah, there we go. And I think this might have just been the injector that was messing up on me. That thing is covered in diesel. Yep, that's diesel. So one thing about these, I'm pretty sure that they come pre-lubed, but I like to take just a dab of oil, rub it on this O-ring so it slides in and seals nice and easy. Doesn't have a chance of rolling either. And then you'll see this little hole right there, and you'll see where your fuel line comes in, so you face that hole towards it, and then there's only one possible way that it can go in. Push down until you hear the snap. And I need to find... Hey, are my feeder tubes in there? In the
What now?
passenger seat, my feed tubes?
I don't even know what those are. This Hootis?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess they're in there.
The ends of these feed tubes mate to each injector, so this feed tube can only be used. What?
You lubing up O-rings before you put them in?
Yeah.
Alright.
So this feed tube can only be mated to this injector. It can still be taken out and put back in, but it cannot be used in any other injectors. Okay, I don't got something lining up right. Alright, I'm not sure what the problem here is, but I think I'm gonna have to pull my injector out. Well, it should be lined up. There we go. Now I got it set in there. So what I like to do before I tighten my injector down is put my feed tube in, because then once you get it set, then you can wiggle it back and forth, and if you see the injector moving, that means that it's set in there correctly. I was having a problem getting it pushed in, so I just took a hammer and I barely tapped the edge of it so I didn't mess any threads or anything up, and then it slid right in. When tightening injectors down, you want to switch between the bolts to make sure that it sits in there evenly. Now it's time to put this nut back on. I like to wipe my threads off. You don't really have to, but on these I like to go pretty snug before I tighten them down. Just takes less time with the torque wrench. One click, two click. Now we're torqued down on that one. So now we just got to put the fuel lines back on. Alright, and once again, I know these aren't in spec, but I'm going to do a full valve lash after, so it doesn't really matter that they aren't. So this is actually a really tight fit, and my wrench does not want to fit in here very good at all. I was able to get that one. Damn, this thing really does not want to come off. Oh, there we go. That is freedom right there. There's nothing more satisfying than that little pop. Well, then it still wants to be trouble getting it out. I'm just trying to get the fuel line off, by the way, guys. Okay. Fuel line is off. Oh, of course. Now I do have to go find a wrench. Alright guys, I'll have to finish this tomorrow. Welcome back. It's day 2 and it's snowing. So, perfect thing to do in the snow. Ran into a problem with getting the bracket. It gets in the way of getting the number 5 and number 6 injector out, so you have to take it off in order to get the feed tubes out. So I'm going to work on that right now, and I'll let you guys know when I'm done. Oh, that's nice. That nut was all the way loose. I didn't push it all on it. And of course we have to run into different sizes.
Is that the only half-inch ratchet you got?
Yeah, I broke my other one.
Well, you have a heel bar over there if you might need it back there on number 6. I don't know if it'll work to get in there to pop it up.
Let's see.
Are they coming out pretty easy or?
Number 1 was easy, but number 4 was a pain in the ass.
Sorry, how are you popping them out?
There's a lip on them. You put the screwdriver on, then you pop it down.
That heel bar you got in that box over there in the shed works quite a bit better for doing that, I think. I don't know, you might try it.
This bracket, the bolts were all the way loose. That one was loose.
Lifting bracket?
Yeah.
So somebody's been back there before.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do this stuff with gloves. These parts are too small for that.
So you're gonna have to get a caliper for the other back passenger.
Before I can drive it?
You but it's leaking, and it's overusing the inside pad like this other side, which we'll get to in this video in a minute, but that side's gonna have to have one too.
Okay.
We don't have one right now, so I'll put it together. You'll just have to catch it later.
All right.
I wouldn't wait a long time though.
Right. Next paycheck. Man, this wind's blowing right up the bottom of my coveralls.
Feels nice, doesn't it?
Getting pretty chilly. Yeah, somebody's been back here before because that fuel line was not very tight.
Yeah.
Not like the others.
Them old used trucks, you know, you're always taking a chance.
Yeah.
Alright, I need this community ratchet.
Oh, really? Can I break this free first?
No, you're gonna have to lay there and wait.
But I'm ready for it. I mean the 15 on it.
Oh, and you want me to switch? Come on now, I'm about to hit that couch.
Yeah, that one's not very tight either.
Well, some of that stuff you don't want to get caveman on, you know.
Oh yeah.
Tight, not so much on the good and sometimes. You good?
Yep.
Brake bar.
In my shed, right above the toolboxes, up on the wall. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Oh,
Where is it?
that's a good question. I feel like it's right here, though.
Well, I didn't see it.
Alright.
Well, I didn't look over there.
It's because I was using that to beat the back tire off. Because I left my hammer at work.
Weird.
Yeah. You got the... Oh, never mind. Alright, now it's to the trickier part that kind of requires no gloves. And it's cold. So... yeah, I wish I had a shot. Man, that wind's kind of chilly. Especially on my oil-covered bare hands. Now them are out of the way, time to pop this injector out. Aha, look at that. That one came out real easy, guys. Looky there. And this one looks flooded too. That's how we like it right there. Okay. Just got the new injector and the new feed tube. See if we can get this sucker in there without any problems, hopefully. Maybe just a little dab of oil and then it'll read. Nothing too major. Of course, it wants to be a pain. Doesn't want to go in there. Man, she really don't want to go in there.
Got some grease.
Kind of grease.
Something greasy.
I don't think I do.
Wheel bearing grease. Tractor grease.
Gary does.
Spray grease. Vaseline grease.
Yeah, Sterling's lotion.
I don't think lotion's gonna work.
Let's buy Vaseline.
Grease for these. So that's another thing is these are your slide pins. They're pretty dry and hard.
I could have Gary bring me down his tube of grease. You can look, I highly doubt it. Now I gotta think of a way to get this one pressed in. Because it does not want to. It got her, slide in. Alright. Slid in there real nice. I don't think I took the cap off of that injector. Oh, I guess I did. Of course not, don't want to go in. Alright guys, I cannot get this sucker to go in there. I cannot get this feed tube in.
Where do you have to put it?
It's up under this.
What have you been greasing the oil, putting oil on the O-rings with?
The oil that's inside this.
Oil the O-ring?
Yeah.
Where does it gotta go?
It's under this right there.
So you can get some. Goes in like this? Goes in sideways?
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Fits inside.
You'd have to put some pressure against it with something. That heel bar you got over there, or this bar, or something that you can hold pressure against, and either pop it with your hand or hit what you're holding it with, so you don't damage those threads and stuff.
They said you can tap on it a little bit. Not too hard.
Your ring's oiled up good. It should go pretty easily, I think.
They're kind of hard to snap in. I think it's to do with those metal balls in it.
Yeah.
That's what makes them so freaking hard to get in.
Does it matter where those need to be?
Yeah, they gotta be straight up and down. And they are.
Then you need, you know what I mean? You need a pry bar or something that you can get back against something and put pressure against it.
Yeah.
And then maybe smack it with your hand to get it to pop in or something. A little longer bar or something. I know I saw that heel bar. You might have a couple other longer bars over there. I don't remember. But you need something to get where you can get some leverage
Get pressure
on your
it.
fulcrum point,
Yeah.
you know, so you can get some pressure against it. So you're not beating on the end of that. Plus you're putting a steady pressure, steady force against that to get it to pop into place, you know what I mean? Big wrench or your breaker bar or, you know, something.
Okay. Well, that didn't work either. I hear that. There we go. Maybe not. Yep, now she's in there. Now before I put the fuel line on this, I'm gonna go ahead and get number 6 done because the fuel line will get in the way of me getting the other fuel line off and the other feed tube out. Jeez Louise. Alright, number 6 fuel line's out, and just what I thought. This one's gonna be just as hard to get done, if not harder. This one I'm gonna have to go with a wrench on, because again, there's a bracket on the backside, and I don't want to pull that one out.
Alrighty, well, I don't know where he's at. He's looking for something, but I think maybe we're going to stop this narration on the step-by-step action, and you know, he's definitely going to struggle back there on number 6, but I think maybe we'll bring this video back when he gets finished and he can kind of get you in there a little bit and show you the what have yous. And then we've got a brake rotor issue back here on the back that we'll bring in with this video. So I think I was just telling everybody that we're probably going to go ahead and stop this video here until you get finished up and then come back to it, because I have a bad feeling you're going to start cursing back there.
Almost have.
And you know, we're running out of SD card, and this is the only one we brought, so that too.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll bring it back when you can get them right down in there and kind of give them a quick overview of what all you've done, and maybe fire it up a little bit and see how it sounds, or I don't know. We'll come back. Alrighty. Now, how you feel about things?
Not very well.
Yeah, me neither. It's cold. So we're gonna move on over here, and then we'll cut back to the engine program. As far as this full-length video goes, why are we over here? How about if you take us on a little tour?
So I was changing the wheels so that way I could get new tires, and as I was changing it, I noticed the back of my rotor. That's not supposed to look like that. It's actually supposed to look like that. So yeah, they're bad.
Okay, and so since you're on that subject, why don't you take us over to the front porch? And I've already done the other side, which now we've discovered we do need one more caliper. But let's have a look at that other one.
So this is the other one.
Boy, stand that up there so we can all get a looking down over it, overview over.
Like that?
No, stand her up like it's on the truck.
Oh.
See that difference in the front and the back action? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that's the front of it. And then that's the back of it.
And the pads are in there too, I think.
Yeah. This is the inside pad. And this is the outside pad. There's a big difference there.
I was swapping that out and you were doing your business, caliper on that side of the truck, passenger side, the seals in that caliper are leaking, so it needs replaced too.
So both calipers need replaced.
And okay, now, so this is just, you know, we've got a big video on this truck and several things that he's done with her right now, but let's just get this fixed, changed, taken care of, and along with that rotor, you had gotten some information about what caused it. What'd they say?
They said that my pistons and my caliper didn't release and wouldn't let the inside pad come off of the rotor, so it just wore it down really fast. And then with it not releasing, it ended up ripping the seals in the piston of the caliper, so that it needs replaced.
You
too.
can actually see it looks a little wet-ish,
Yeah.
like it's been leaking. Now, I've already mentioned it, but again, I did the other side while he was working up on the engine, and the caliper on that side is actually leaking and borderline stuck as well, so he's gonna have to get another one for that. For this video, let's get this done, and basically you're gonna have to learn how to do this, I suppose, eh?
I kind of know how to do it.
All right then, show me.
What is that, 13?
Let's do your screwdriver action first. Of course, on this one it doesn't really matter, but it's good practice. So you got 2 pistons in there, and if you try to, you can't really easily get to the pad. I suppose you could over the, no, you really can't get to the pad to use the pad to push back.
Yeah.
So these 2 access holes right here, you can get right into your piston. And if you look down from the top here, you can see them down along the back of the pad. So you might have to use your smaller screwdriver maybe. But you can catch just the edge of it and you can get it to start pushing back. But
is it supposed to move like that?
yeah, they will, because there's no ring on the back of your rotor to hold it. But you got to do them evenly together. And some of you smart guys probably know a better way to do it, but this is how we gonna do it. So if you're watching down across the top, you can actually see when they're pushed all the way back in. But it just slipped out of there, you're fine.
Good.
But if you're only doing one, you're pushing the other one out, so you got to do them evenly together.
So if we're changing this caliper, why are we pushing this piston back?
You're practicing. Remember, I just told you.
Well,
But anyways, as long as you got a little clearance there, I think we got the point crossed.
There we go.
Plus you're pushing your brake fluid back out of it. Now, while you're at it, ouch, while it's still attached, grab you a 15 and let's take this line off. Because we got two anyways. Now, be careful with your bolt there through your brake line. You should have a little washer jingletti on there. You don't want to crush that. You also don't want to lose it. And you probably should not drop it in the dirt either. See what I'm talking about?
That one?
Yeah, the one you just dropped in the dirt.
Yeah. I thought it was on the outside of it.
No, it goes between your... There's one on the outside too, see it right there?
Yeah.
So there's one on each side. So set them over on your jack so we don't lose on it. Okay, I got your... That's fine, if it's stuck there, that's fine. Got your socket up on your caliper bolts. So you can ram a jam on that. Now we do have a core on that caliper, so don't just throw it over your shoulder. It's worth taking back.
These ones need to come all the way out?
Yeah. Yeah, because they go into your bracket there that holds it.
Oh, that's right. Did that new caliper come with new bolts or no?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked. Probably not. You're getting it all over you.
Oh, oops.
Now, show them the piston side of that to the camera. You can see this guy right there. Of course, part of it might have been while you're prying on it, but you can tell it's bad. It's been leaking for a while. I mean, it's definitely garbage. So, set this over here this way. Now, throw off your pad and your piece of steel there. I guess there's still a piece of steel there. That's shocking. They should just slide straight out of those little clippers. And so again, front pad is reasonable. It's still serviceable. Back one, shot. And this side really got bad. So now hit your bolts on your bracket hooter. Make sure you're straight on those.
Yeah, that sucks.
No, it'll work. I did it on the other side.
That other side's on the front though.
Shock?
Yeah.
Oh. You should be able to get to it still. Let me see. There you go. There you go. And then throw that to the side. Take those clips off because we got new ones. I think those are on there in the wrong spot anyways. That's weird, I know. I'm good. And
where's the other bolt?
go ahead and pull that off. Oh, it's still hanging in the back there. Go ahead and pull your rotator off. And oh yeah, let's turn that in. And can't even core charge on that, which luckily they don't have cores on them, but
so that one we can throw to the side.
that's garbage. Now these little parking brake shoes don't look too bad. The other side didn't look bad either.
So if I go and press my brake, could you watch it and see what's going on?
I could, but I won't, because I'm hungry and I'm cold and it's getting dark. So let's grab those new parts real quick. And then I did adjust the other side, so we'll do that over here too. Alright, what we're going to do very first is we're going to put this on these studs backwards. And there's a reason for that. You just wait and see. Just set that on top of that one. We need to hand wash this. These machine surfaces, they come with a little film of oil on them, and if you don't hand wash them, your brake material is not happy. So you need to get inside on this backside where your park brake shoes run inside, so you need to get that good. Okay, wipe that down real good. See how that axle there's just holding it for you perfectly. Now you need to get your outer ring where your pads are like to ride, so they'll actually work. Okay, now flip it around just on enough it catches onto the studs. Into the axle, whatever keeps it in place there for you. That's good. Now hit that front surface. I mean, hit the surface. All you did is sprayed the mud. That's a little better. But you definitely want all those friction surfaces good and clean. Now if you want to grab the center and slide it back off, hand it over here. Grab your screwdriver and you have an adjuster. Well, someone got a clicker?
Sure.
Chingy?
I don't know what they look like on these.
Oh, it's up here on the top side. So
Where did the
right up here on the top is an adjuster. Over here, right here. So you can just kind of leverage off from there.
Which way?
Do it, let's see, this way I do believe. So roll it until you see whether it's opening up to tighten the shoes or if it's closing down to loosen them. I'm not sure. The other side was an upward operation. This one needs to go the other way.
Does it? I couldn't tell.
Yeah. But the other side, the adjuster is on the bottom. So
How far you want me to go? Till the tag?
oh, you can probably go quite a ways. I had a lot of slack on the other side still, but anyways, I'm kind of thinking maybe somebody's had these apart, and because the other side's upside down from this side, but maybe they're supposed to be that way. I don't know for sure. They're park brakes. But see how you're actually opening up that gap now?
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're spreading the shoes further apart so they engage better. And we're doing this because the park brakes pretty well stopped working. Not that it's used a lot, but when you want it, it's a pretty handy thing.
Yeah, like replacing drive lines.
Yeah, that's probably a real good time to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So just go a little ways and then you'll slide your rotor on to make sure. I don't think you want these ones dragging on the rotor, just
It's kind of
close, you know. So go ahead and slide her on there. And you can watch from the back side, you can watch those shoes actually go into your rotor. And you can tell if they're going to drag or not.
I think they are.
So it went on smooth.
What are you doing?
You can kind of wiggle back and forth while you're looking down in there, and you can see if there's space between the shoes and the rotor.
Just a little bit.
So if there's a little bit, you're not going to drag them off while you're driving, but they should engage when you want them to.
These ones come with a
Okay.
ring?
No.
No? Do we need this?
No.
I don't think so.
All right, so now you need your bracket back on there. It only goes one way.
Hey, what's the torque spec on these?
Good and tight.
So how many Ugga Duggas?
Whatever gets it good and tight. Just make sure you don't cross up that back too much.
Oh, you put it in the hole, didn't you?
Yeah, just pull it off. Why do you need it off?
Oh, there we go. Because I'm going to put it on the ratchet so I can actually tighten it.
Oh. I would have just put the power to it. Alright, now grab the hooters. Alright, now your new clips. One shorter than the other. Where does it go?
The shorter one goes up here.
So everything on this side is backwards of the other side. You know why?
Because it's opposite sides.
But why does it make, why would it be?
I don't know.
Because it's all the same stuff reversed over here.
Oh.
So you could put all this stuff over there. The tabs would go towards the outside. No, they just clip over.
That's what I thought, but it wasn't. I want to bend them.
It's because your rotor isn't straight right now. Is it on both sides?
Yeah.
So now slide your pads on there.
These ones are the same.
They're the same both sides all the way around. I'm not sure if you noticed. That ain't how it goes.
What? Oh. Duh. Thanks for telling me before I got it on. Huh, that went on a lot easier.
That's weird.
They did come with new bolts. Are those the same clips that we just put on?
It came with a whole new bracket.
Oh. So we gotta take this bracket off.
Do you got to?
Well, why not put the new one on?
It's up to you.
We'll,
What do you
we'll
want?
put the new one on. These ones not slide out?
Just leave them on there.
Oh. I did not put that on there that tight.
Apparently you did.
Maybe I did. I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't know if this bracket really matters doing a caliper, but this one that you got came with a bracket, so I guess we'll match it up. Well, now that we've done that again.
Okay.
What?
I don't think I have one of these in right.
Alrighty, now the hooks on these go up under those tabs, so it's easier to go under the top and then get the bottom, I do believe. Well, on the other side, this side is reversed, so you want to go down into the bottom and against the top. You can tell by these tabs right there. See that difference?
Yeah. How one
That's
singled
just-
down more?
Because that's just the way it is. Alrighty, go ahead and throw your bolts in that. I don't even know if our camera's legitimately recording us or not.
Should be.
We'll find
Looks
out
about
in the
dead,
end.
though.
If it didn't, well, too bad. Maybe next time.
How tight do we go on these?
Oh, goodin'. Alrighty, so that's all on there now. We had a battery change. It's cold out here. This one did come with a new, do not drop those washers,
It's 11.
new bolt with the new copper washers to go on either side of that brake line. So you get that hooked up now. Also, Coulter, wherever you're going for whatever, 10 or a 3/8. Then we can bleed on that.
One. Okay.
So there's one for each side of that line. Don't drop them.
You got me worried.
Which now means, and I'll hold those for a second. Need to pop that one that's still stuck to the line. Need to pop that off so you're not stacked up. Okay, stick that through. And then here's this one for the other side. And these, they're hollow down the center. The fluid moves through the bolt. They come down the hose into this block, into the center of the shaft of the bolt, down it in order to do its job. So that means just tight. No goodin'.
What?
No good and tight. No fairly tight. Just tight. You got brake fluid on just inside the door on that top shelf too. Grab it. Just gently tight. I'll fill up this reservoir to get started with.
Yeah, we're gonna bleed them.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we got some fluid through it. You're actually quite a bit low, so I'd say it's been leaking a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do we have enough?
Yeah, we'll have enough. You'll have to get some more though, especially when you do the other side. Right there, we're all the way full. So when you do the other side, you're gonna have to do the same thing, I'd say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure the caliper is pre-charged, whatever's ready to go.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna crack it and make sure. So what you wanna do, anytime you push your brake pistons back in, change your calipers, change a line somewhere, you wanna be real easy on the pedal to start with. So just use your hand, just give it 2-3 easy pumps. You don't wanna go all the way. While I'm doing that, you can watch the caliper, see if it moves.
No. You're pushing something out though. You need to bleed them.
So did you feel the rotor or anything move?
Nope.
Okay, so we're
You
gonna
push some fluid out somewhere. I don't know where it came out though.
Well, why?
Right there.
Right. So your bolt's not tight enough yet. How tight did you go?
Not that tight, but tight enough, I thought.
I mean, you do have to get tight, but
You want
you
me?
gotta be gentle. Oh, you went a little more. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, we could do it.
Go ahead and hand pump on that pedal. Keep an eye out.
Still leaking out?
Yeah, a little bit.
You want me to hold it or not?
Okay, maybe you have to go good and tight. Try it again. Okay, like pump it like 3 times.
Hold or no?
No, just pump it down and then release like 3 times.
Alright, I just did.
Okay, looks like we got that sealed up, so disregard my message. Apparently you got to go good and tight on that bolt. But if you're easy with it and you just go a little bit each time until it seals up, you're probably good shape there, because those copper washers, you got about 1 shot with those. So anyways, go ahead and just use your hand, but give me a couple of pumps like you're pressuring it up, and then hold it. Let me know.
Alright.
You hold?
Yep.
Let me know when it gets all the way down.
It's all the way down.
Okay, do it again. So we know we got fluid there at the junction. We do have air within the caliper itself though, so I did get a good shot of air. You ready?
Yep.
Let me know.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay.
And go ahead and pump it back up. I closed you a little bit early, but we got a good stream here. But go ahead and pump it back up. We're gonna do her again.
Good.
You ready?
Yep.
Let me know when you get there. One more time, just to say we did.
Good.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. All right.
Okay, we do have a good flow of fluid here. You can release now, Coulter. So, we're satisfied. Basically, we didn't mess with the pedal or nothing until we got this line back on, so we just had to bleed out this caliper is pretty much it. Seemed to work out okay. I'll take this socket right here and you can clean everything else up. That's pretty much it on that, ain't it?
Yep. Are you gonna put the tire on tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
All right, day 3, working on the Dodge. Still snowing. Yes, I got snow inside the valve cover. I'm doing an oil change anyway, who cares? So I got all the new injectors in, all the fuel lines are hooked up. And what I did not pay attention to enough was when plastic gets cold, it breaks easy. So this piece broke. It was leaking anyway. I had to put a new one on anyway. So just watch out for your plastics. So right now I'm about to put the intake horn on, and it just sits right there. And other than that, you guys know how to do all the rest. One thing I would like to mention is back there, you see that lifting bracket? Put that on before you tighten the number 5 fuel line down. If not, you gotta sit there and go really slow with the wrench. As you guys can see, we got all new tires on too. New brake rotors, calipers, pads, well, on this tire anyway. This side just has new rotor and pads. Caliper still needs replaced. I didn't realize it was leaking. Got the 4th tire put on finally. So now all we gotta do is put the intake horn on, see if she'll start up. All right guys, moment of truth. We'll see if this thing will start. Alright guys, just a minute, my starter's stuck. Happens quite frequently. All right, after day 3, we finally got all the injectors done. Got way too cold last night, decided to take a break and resume today. All I have left now is to put the valve cover on and the test drive. I ended up breaking the dipstick hose. Well, I already have it screwed down so you can't tell. And the crankcase breather hose. No big deal, a couple of parts that I need to get. They aren't that hard to change. Definitely not as hard as these are. Other than that, we're gonna go for the test drive, see if it keeps acting up. The whole reason that we did the injectors was because I put 2 in it and it didn't work. I mean, it worked, and it'd drive for about a quarter mile and it'd shut off and die. So everybody was telling me that the injectors is what's causing it, and even though I couldn't hear the fuel knock, it was because it was letting too much fuel into the return line back to the tank. Hopefully this fixed the problem. It's kind of a 50-50 because I didn't really know, but this will eliminate one option. Other than that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share our videos with your friends if you think that they're good. We don't really know what we're doing here, but we're gonna do it anyway. Always remember, don't tap it, smash it.